Vocaloid.
In this video, we're going to create digital vocals for your music with Vocaloid 5. And this is what we'll create. If you've never used Vocaloid 5 before, I'll show you a quick introduction of how this works. This is the Vocaloid 5 editor. And within a Vocaloid track, you can create a Vocaloid part. You can write in notes, add lyrics to those notes, and then extend those lyrics across multiple notes. So that's a very basic introduction to how this works, although you can see that you'll be able to do a lot with writing in any lyrics you want, connecting them to any notes, and creating any melodies you want with a digital singer. So I'll take this farther by creating a new melody. All right, and I'll draw in some lyrics.
I feel like flying up. You touch my hand, you make me feel so delicate. You give me peace of mind. You take me high, you make me feel like this. Ooh.
Now, I'm going to apply that little dash trick, and you're going to see I'm going to write in a lot of new notes, and I'm going to connect those notes with dashes to create little bends, like kind of pitch bends with the voice.
I feel like flying up. You touch my hand, you make me feel again. You give me peace of mind. You take me high, you make me feel again.
Now, something I like to do is add dynamics to this, meaning volume changes, essentially. And I can do this by actually drawing in down here these waves.
I feel like flying up.
So this is essentially controlling the volume, the dynamics of each word. And this is a really helpful thing to add, because now it's like every word is not going to sound flat, like a robot, essentially. You get to add some more feeling to it, which is really nice. And what you could also do is add, well, you have a whole drop-down menu of things you could add, but like pitch bend, for example, I could add just, as an example like this.
Like flying up.
I could go in here, draw different pitch bends, different dynamics, and really make this feel a lot different than it did before. So I'm going to jump into this, make a bunch of changes, and this is what I have. Here's a little overview of what I have. In the dynamics, I have all these movements over here. I'll play this for you in a second. With my pitch bends, I have those over there. And I didn't really use any of the other ones. I really just focused on the dynamics and the pitch bend. For now, that's really all it needs. So let's take a listen to this.
I feel like flying up. You touch my hand, you make me feel again. You give me peace of mind. You take me high, you make me feel again.
Yeah. It's nice. It's not too drastic. It's like you could see a lot of movement within the dynamics, but it's very subtle, I'm not going too high and too low, but it's enough to make it feel a little different than it did before. And with the pitch, I'm not doing too much with the pitch bends as well, but I'll let you take a listen.
I feel like flying. I feel like flying up. You touch my. You give me peace of mind. You take me high. You make me feel again.
It's nothing too crazy. It's like just a few little pitch bends, little pitch drops at the end of a few words. Nothing too crazy. You probably wouldn't even notice it's there if I didn't tell you, but it makes it sound a little bit different, and I like the way it sounds. So you can go free with making it sound however you want it to sound. One other thing I want to add here is the emotion to this sound with attack and release effects. These are the most simple things to use in Vocaloid 5, and they're so good. It makes everything sound so much better. I'm going to show you exactly what these do. So when I open this over here, let's listen to this word, for example. I'm going to choose decrescendo. So this is a release effect, a dynamic release effect. Here's the difference of like when the decrescendo is activated, It has a lot more air to it. You know, it's like it fades out the sound. It just changes the tone of the note. And it's such a simple thing to do. That's why I love using these like all over the place. So I'm going to take this idea and apply it to the rest of the whole part.
I feel like flying up. Touch my hand, make me feel again.
Here, I'll show you a few of these. For example, the way to really look at this is you could click on any one of these notes and you could see like I didn't use any attack and release effects on this note. On this one here, I have a decrescendo. This one over here, nothing. This one, nothing. This one, decrescendo. So you can see it's like I don't apply it to every single note. I'm kind of choosing which ones I want to use based on the way it sounds. So it's really up to you. You get to choose exactly when and how you could use these. For example, this one, the word fly, I used the tone airy. And I'll show you what this sounds like before and after. You know, it just sounds different. And I'd say just try things out. Click on every note, click on every sound that you may want to try. You know, like for example, I knew fly, I didn't want fly to sound that intense. I didn't want it to sound that strong. So I clicked on airy and was hoping it sounded the way that it intended to sound, a bit more airy. And you could do that by clicking on all of these. Just try them out, you know? Try airy, try clear, try growly, try narrowed. Like just go through all of them and you're gonna see what works for that part of the song. You're gonna also remember what works in this situation. You can use it for future situations later. So I say just try all of them that you can, and you're gonna learn what works for you in specific scenarios. And the last thing I really wanna do is, you know, tighten up the notes a bit. Some notes are a little too long. I wanna shorten them to kind of just change the length of the notes. So I'm gonna do that right now.
I feel like flying up. Touch my hand, make me feel again. Ooh, give me peace of mind. Take me high, make me feel again.
Almost there. What I want to do is add a few effects to this, or at least adjust the style of it. So what I'm going to do is jump into the Style tab, go to Customize, and what I could do here is customize the audio effects and the tone of the voice, essentially. The first thing I want to do is turn on Robot Voice. I really like this. What it's going to do is essentially take all the notes, instead of them bending up and down a lot, it's going to essentially connect it to a very specific note. And it gives it this digital kind of sound. I'm also going to turn the breath down a bit. This is the lowest setting. I could bring down the volume of it, of the actual breath sound, but I'll keep it where it is. Bringing this down to lower breath setting is essentially going to remove some breaths. Like instead of there being a breath every single space, it's going to give you breath. Mostly if it's a very large space, you'll get a breath. If it's a short space, you won't get a breath. So you still get that natural breath kind of sound, but it's not too much. So I'm going to keep it like that for now.
I feel like flying up. Touch my hand.
You could hear when he says the word flying, you really hear that digital kind of movement. I like it. I'll show you what it sounds like if you use a stronger one.
I feel like flying up. I feel like flying up.
Even that's pretty crazy. So I'm going to bring it back to the lowest setting.
I feel like flying up. Touch my hand, make me feel again.
I like it. Now I'm going to add some audio effects to this. Let's throw in some reverb.
Ooh, give me peace of mind. I feel like flying up. Touch my hand, make me feel again. Ooh, give me peace of mind.
Yeah, I like that. It's giving it some nice spatial kind of sound. I want to add one more thing. I'm going to throw in a chorus. I'm going to move it to the side so it's right before the reverb. I will point out that you can do that. You could take your audio effects and pop them anywhere you want in the signal chain. Quick tip, this signal chain moves from left to right. So it's like, in this case, the chorus will be affected by the reverb. It won't be the other way around. It's like the sound goes through the chorus and then it goes and hits the reverb. So if you understand how signal flow works, then you will understand how that works. So it's really helpful to be able to do that within the Vocaloid 5 editor. Now, chorus, I'll just give you a really quick introduction to chorus. Chorus is going to make it sound like there's more than one singer in a way. It's going to like essentially modulate the pitch of the singer, and it's going to make it sound like there's multiple singers singing at the same time. And I'm not going to make it too crazy. I'm going to bring it down a bit so it doesn't really sound that crazy, but it's going to be in the background. So it'd be a nice way to fill out this sound a little bit more.
I feel like flying up. You touch my hand, you make me feel again. You give me peace of mind. You take me high, you make me feel again.
Now I'm going to duplicate this, and we could take a listen to it with the whole song.
I feel like flying up. You touch my hand, you make me feel again. You give me peace of mind. You take me high, you make me feel again.
All right, that's it. I hope you were able to learn something from this video. One thing that you can know is that you could take this so much farther than I did right now. I went through the notes, the lyrics, I was connecting lyrics to various notes with dashes. I was adjusting the dynamics of it, the pitch bends. Then I was jumping into the style settings, the robot voice, the breath, the different audio effects. You could use all of these in so many different ways, and so many more ways than I've used them in this video. And that's why I'm giving you this session to play with. This Vocaloid 5 project file is available for free download, so feel free to download this, open it up, see how everything works that I've done, create anything that you want from here as well, and share it with the world. I'm looking forward to hearing what you do with it. You can pick it up from the official Vocaloid website. And to learn more about Vocaloid 5, you can find everything you need here on the official Vocaloid website as well. Enjoy!